Temp is 19. The air temp is
Right guys,
19.
so we're at Croft, we're in the BTCC and we're in the BMW 330i.
Let's go.
So,
Acknowledged. No tyres.
I've downloaded the Q4 content for this game today,
Left side.
and
Still there.
a
Clear.
bit excited I have to say to see what all the fuss is about. I've been away from sim racing for about 2 months or so, and I recently came back into ACC and a bit of AMS2, which ACC being my main competitive sim. rFactor, I've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with it. Something that I wanted to love but never really did. I thought too much of the content was hit or miss really. But I thought I'll jump back in, I'll download some touring cars like I did during the summer, like the Fiesta, or sorry, the Focus and the Hyundai and stuff like that. And I thought, right, well the BMW now has been released along with a couple of more race tracks. So I thought I'll just start building up my BTCC content really. So that's the thought process behind it. So the AI I think are immediately they've improved. Like, because they used to be very stabby on and off the throttle and the brake as well, but it seems now that that's been fixed, they're a lot smoother. What
Just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good. You're leading.
what I don't really like about the game is I have this problem, well not a, sorry a problem, but I prefer to have my tyre volume turned up in most simulators just so I can feel, or sorry, hear when the tyre is about to lock. But in this game I can't really hear that. You have to really listen for it, and I did up the volume, but I could feel a bit of a flat spot already through the steering wheel, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, it's almost like I'm not being given the opportunity or the chance to modulate the brake. And that there, that bit of understeer, again, couldn't really feel it. Yeah, just can't feel understeer really in this car. I could feel the oversteer alright. I can feel the oversteer as it happens, which is okay, but the understeer, not so much. The car itself though feels pretty good. You know, nice to drive. It does what you'd expect over bumps and curves and stuff. Try and feed it in here, turn it on the back, yeah, just like that. Flick it around. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's good, it's lively, it's predictable in a way. On throttle, it's very predictable, I find. If not a bit snappy, like the slip angle seems quite narrow, but that's okay, it's okay. My main gripe is the understeer into braking areas and stuff like that, and like the wheel lock, which seemingly like I can't really do a lot about because I can't hear the tyre really.
Jackson behind is increasing. It's now 2.6 seconds.
But yeah, there's more locking up. I can see it out the wing mirror, but I can't feel I can't feel anything. I can't, like, there's nothing to suggest I'm giving it too much brake. Maybe just something I have to get used to. Maybe. But yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I mean, using RF2 for other type cars, you know, which is what I'd love to do, like a bit of LMP racing and stuff. Bit of touring cars, I believe LFM now involved with RF2. So I really want this game to be good, and it is good, but it still has a bit to go in terms of like the feedback and what information is being fed back. There's no doubt, like there's no shortage of stuff coming through the wheel. Like I can feel I can feel the flat spot, I can feel bumps, I can feel curves and stuff like that, but I just feel I don't get enough of the important stuff, like the corner forces, you know? Like particularly going through these high-speed sections, like I get a bit of feedback all right for sure, but no more or less really than like the curb interaction, you know? And that shouldn't be the case. The corner force should overpower a lot of that.
We'll see
Just
on the front.
It makes it difficult to judge the weight shift on the car. The weight shift is there, like, because it's behaving the way it would and should under certain circumstances and conditions. And visually what's happening is kind of what you'd expect. But that information coming to the wheel, it's just not there really. Like I say, does that take away from the enjoyment? Not really. Like, I think it's a great, like it drives nice. Like I'm enjoying this, you know. But I can't help but think that you're chasing like competitive, really competitive racing, like with a league of like top guys or something.
You're in the lead.
It could lead to frustration just because all of the info that you think you should have isn't there. And it could be just this car, by the way, right? So I'm not saying that RF2 is like this by default. I mean, it could be just this car. But like I say, it's still enjoyable. I'm still having fun. Like, I'm not saying this is bad or anything.
Tyre temperatures are fine.
I just happen to know that I'm continuously locking the wheel into that corner, but again, I don't know how much to release the brake by. I don't know how much the lock is happening by. You know, it's just nothing. That's becoming a bit annoying now to drive with the vibration, but whatever. Yeah, like I mean, the oversteer with the wheel going light does really well, but the understeer moments, not so well. And look, I'm locking up the wheel there, like, and what I think I'm light on the pedal, I'm obviously not, but the vibration through the wheel from the flat spot now is quite annoying, and it's even more annoying. Like I repeat myself here, but the game is just not giving me anything to suggest that we're locking up, and even there, like the understeer, can't feel it. Like I can visually see it's happening. I'm not turning relative to my wheel, but I'm not feeling nothing through the wheel.
Temperature, it's hot.
Yeah, okay. Oh, the wheel lock, come on, man.
Nice one, Gary. Great win. You deserved that today.
Alright, let's park this, because that vibration is just a little bit much. Alright. So. Yeah, let's have a look. Alright, so what do we think of it? Yeah, I mean, the car handles well. You know, there's a few bits that clearly need improving, in my opinion, right? The reason I say that is because when I'm in ACC or AMS2, the level of detail I get through the force feedback is, I'm not going to say it's more or less right, but it's way more useful, and it's very direct, it's very quick, on both axles, on the front and on the rear. Like I'm never in doubt as to as to what the car's doing. Like, and race room would be kind of similar as well. You know, you get useful information. With this, I got useful information certainly on the back end of the car. But see the lockups here, like I had no idea that I was locking up like that. You know, and that's obviously just a practice thing, yeah, but like at the same time, like I'd expect some sort of, you know, better audio or even something through the steering wheel to tell me that a wheel is no longer rotating, like, you know. And then likewise when I went in deep into corners, particularly on brakes, there was no washy feeling at the front at all. It was just, you know, the corner of force was the corner of force, and that was it really. The oversteer moments were clear. They were quick, concise. I did feel the slip angle of the tyre might have been a bit on the narrow side, but that's just my opinion. The important thing for me was it gave me the information quick enough that I was actually able to take an action, basically. So yeah, I was happy with that. Yeah, I think generally overall, you know, the game is fun. I've no major gripes with it the way like I would have had maybe this time, or maybe at the start of the year, where like I was doing a few, like I was doing an LMP league, and I really didn't like it at all. There was a lot wrong with it. You know, a lot of issues that there's old videos you can see yourself, like invisible walls and all this stuff. But I have to say, like in terms of how the game is now, it's a lot better. It's way better than what it was before. It's definitely making all the right movements forward. Like I can see the development going into it. I can see it's getting better. And I think the future for RF2 is going to be very good. I just feel that there's still little things that need to be sorted. The force feedback in RF2, as I've said before many times, it's not lacking in stuff. It's just the stuff it gives you is not necessarily all that useful all of the time. But I'm going to continue to mess around with the settings like I've done already, to be honest. But I'll keep trying, just to get this a little better. And like I say, despite what I'm saying, I still enjoyed racing. I still thought those lockups, man, I had no idea again. But I still enjoyed racing. I still enjoyed the battle. The AI is quite good. And I think at this race I just, you know, seem to up it a gear. I've done another race as well previously, where the battles are really good. But yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching again. I'm gonna do another couple of RF2s just to maybe wash it out and see if I'm overlooking something, you know. But like I say, my initial impressions is this, and you know, I'm being completely unbiased. I'm not, you know, a lot of people will probably roast me for what I'm saying. And that's okay, I suppose, but I'm just trying to be unbiased as I can. Like I'll explain how the thing is driving. I'll call it as I see it. And I'm not biased or unbiased towards any simulator. Like I want them all to be brilliant because all of them have their own little thing. Like ACC has, you know, GT3, GT4, some cup cars. rFactor has like prototypes, and BTCC now, as we're seeing. AMS2 has a mix of some great cars, like particularly the old Formulas and Indy cars, as well as some other like gems in there. So they all have their own thing, and I want them all to be good at doing that thing, like, because taking on like a fanboy mentality of like, oh, ACC is the best and everything else is crap, I mean, that benefits nobody, because, you know, unless like there's more to life than just GT3s, like, and just on that, I'll give one piece of advice. I used to think that you know, stick with the one sim if you're going to be competitive at it. And my competitive bag would be ACC, right? But I often find that by swapping it up, driving different sims, different cars, it can give you a different perspective of how to control a car, because they all simulate reality and physics really well, right? They all do a great job of it, otherwise they wouldn't be in the position they're in. They wouldn't be selling, you know, hundreds, maybe thousands of copies, or, you know, whatever. So they all do that really well. And when you jump into a different sim that's modeling that same kind of reality, albeit very slightly differently, but the same type of reality, and then you're driving a different type of car, you start to learn different ways of presenting a car to a corner, different ways of weight shift, different things to be aware of. And I firmly believe it does make you better, because you go back to your main sim, whatever that might be, with a different mindset, a different idea in your head to try. And in my experience, it tends to work. Now, I'm not saying plough hundreds of hours into your alternative sims, but definitely take them for a little spin every week or two. Try something different, get some ideas, bring it back to your main sim, and I think you might be surprised with the results. And it's fun while doing it, you know, which is the main thing. But we leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, there will be a couple of more RF2 videos over the next week, maybe, because I want to give this a bit more of a look and a bit more exposure, because again, I do recognise the good work that the guys have done at 397, Studio 397. Like, it's clear to see the improvements. Still a few bits to iron out, I think, but BTCCs, from what I've seen so far, they're really good. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and until the next one.